Yes, indeed, folks. It's a fragile box. It's from Sarasota. It's another CGC unboxing. This is a 9.8 pre-screen, 25 books. How did I do? My last two pre-screens have not gone well. I think from the heaviness of this, it's a little bit better. Let's see exactly what books came back up next on this video from Bronzeville Comics. Hey there, panelologists. This is Jim from Bronzeville Comics coming to you with another video. Before we get started, please like, comment, subscribe. You know what to do. I really appreciate it. Follow us on the other socials, Instagram, Bronzeville_comics, whatnot, Bronzeville_comics. We do sales every Monday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And there is a link in the description of this video. If you have not yet signed on to whatnot, you can do it. By clicking on the link, you'll get $10 off your first purchase, regardless of who the purchase is with. And also, there is a link to my eBay store as well as my email. So if you have any questions, please feel free, reach out. So I submitted 25 books, and I've heard stories told about how when you submit books at a con to CGC, they get into the system quicker, and they absolutely did. These we submitted through my LCS, so I brought the books to New York, met up with my buddy. We went to the CGC booth, submitted the books. They checked them in versus the order sheet that we put in, the submission sheet, and they were off. And they were saying they would send like 100 boxes back per day from New York to Sarasota during the con. Exactly 2 weeks later, the books arrived at my LCS, and I picked them up the other day. So we're going to do an unboxing. All of these books are from before 2000. And I know James from Minhunter is a proponent of not mixing older books with newer books when you're like doing a 9.8 pre-screen, especially because the newer books are going to look better. So these are all books from the 80s and 90s. I don't think, is there any from the, there's one from the 70s. So that was kind of the 25th book I threw in. That's a little bit of a Hail Mary. So we'll go over, we know anything that got graded is going to come back a 9.8. Well, maybe a 9.9 or a 10. Doubtful. That's never happened to me. But we'll talk about the significance of the book. I'll put the fair market value in during editing. And also talk where I got the book from, how much I paid for it. Some of it came out of collections, and some of it just stuff that I picked up at shows and whatnot. Flea markets, what have you. Usually not a lot of money spent on these. I try to follow a threshold of if the book is graded a 9.8 that it's worth at least $100. Sometimes not quite. Sometimes books that do have opportunity to grow. So let's just cut into the box. Again, I don't know how many of the books got graded. And at the end, we'll talk about that in terms of what is, like, what's worth it in a pre-screen. You know, I did 2 9.6 pre-screens recently. I got 4 out of 25 on one, and then 10 on the other. So the 9.6 pre-screens have not been so good. This seemed to go a little bit better. And fun story, when we were in New York and we submitted the books, when I walked up to the booth, the fellow from the booth is like, Bronzeville Comics. So fan of the channel, hello. If you check me in at, so we have an invoice. I'm not going to look at that yet because that'll tell us which books got graded. I'm not sure if I'm starting at which end. I'll start over here. So the box is not full. I do think there are more than 10, so I did better than last time. But let's just run through the books if they are in the order that I had them in. So let's just kind of bring them down this way. So the first one is SpiderMan 375, 9.8 white pages. This classic shiny foil cover. It's the first appearance of Ann Wyring. And it's an early-ish. I mean, it is 75 issues after its appearance. It is a classic Venom cover. The cover's by Bagley, Mark Bagley. So this came back at a 9.8. This came in as part of a collection with a bunch of Silver Age Daredevil books. So that, you know, I don't really have a specific value for that. But there were some nice books the books from that era were pretty nice. So that's the third book on my list, so maybe the first two didn't quite make it. I'm going from this end. That's one. Let's keep count. Book number 2 is going to be, no, we're going backwards here. Amazing Spider-Man 365, 9.8 white pages. This is from that same collection, and it is the first appearance of Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099. And this is a harder book to get in 9.8, just because it's in two things. It's a cardstock cover, so any imperfections you're not getting out. I had no notes on this, so I figured there was a pretty good chance that it was going to come back as the 9.8, as good as anything else in there. It does have, and this is allowable. It's not going to get you 9.9, but up there, especially because it's a thicker book, a bindery tear. So, you know, when the book was cut, that happened. It is also, it's got this hologram on the cover, an homage to Amazing Fantasy 15, and that a scratch is going to take that out of 9.8 contention. So yeah, that's a cool book. Again, Spider-Man 2099 becoming more popular with his appearance in the Spider-Verse movie. So let's see what is next. That's 2. Boom. Ghost Rider number 15, 9.8 white pages. This is the first glow-in-the-dark cover ever. And I did have no notes on this. I picked this up at Stormville. Actually in June of this year. I don't know why I got so accelerated, because I didn't. And I do see, it's interesting. Because this you're not going to really press much. But there are some non-color breaking indentations. Still gets a 9.8. You know, you can have some negligible imperfections. Mark to share a cover. And I paid $1 for this book. So that's 3 9/8. Okay. Up next. This is a nice book, and this will stay in the PC for now because it is a DC book. I collect it. This is Legends number 1, 9.8 white pages. This is the first appearance of Amanda Waller, and I think this is a really undervalued book. There's a mask insert, but it's first appearance of Amanda Waller. This is a character that James Gunn is going to continue to carry over from the old version of the DCEU to his new DCU. She's going to... reports are she's getting her own series. She's played by Viola Davis, an actress who has won an Oscar, an Emmy, a Grammy, and a Tony, an EGOT winner, and one of the finest actors working today. So they really cast that part perfectly. And, yeah. Very happy to have that in a 9.8. I picked this up at... Terrificon in 2022 for $5. So, and it costs what, about 25, maybe a couple, about 20. Let's call it $25. Or let's call it $30 just with shipping and everything. Oh, I did save on shipping by not sending it there. Case cost. So, it is worth more than $35 at a 9.8. Up next. What do we got next? Let's see. We have Infinity Gauntlet, number 4, 9.8 white pages. This classic George Perez cover. I don't have any notes on where I got this from. But, yeah, that is this gorgeous George Perez Thanos cover. I might keep this for now. I don't know. I don't remember what the fair market value is on this. It was obviously a little bit more when... you know, Comic Boom, etc., but still a really nice book to get. So we are up to 5 9/8. Okay, let's keep it rolling. There are a couple books, like three books that I really want. We all know they're 9/8, maybe or better. Let's go over here. Boom. Okay, Ghost Rider 31, 9.8 white pages. This is the first full appearance of the Midnight Suns. It doesn't indicate that on the grader notes. I did have 2 of these, so I'm wondering if the next book is the same book. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about this. The 2 of them I picked up. One at Terrificon last year for $5. One at Stormville last year for $4. Now, this is the one. I believe this is the one. Yeah, I did. And it still has, I mean, you can tell. I worked on the bottom here. It was crunched a little bit. And you could still see a light, you know, a little remnant of that. 9.8s can have flaws. Okay. So, that's 6 books. So, you know, will the Midnight Suns come around? So I know which one that is. The other one, that was a $5 one. The one I paid $5 for. And hopefully, I mean, the other one should have been nicer, theoretically. I did not have any notes on that about any potential defects. So let's see what this next book is, if it's the same title. Get the bag off. And it is the same title. So this is the other one. This is the one I paid $4 for. Right? So that's very nice. Okay. That is 7. 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay. Up next, let's see what's next, because we're kind of jumping around in the order here. I don't know exactly how many made the grade, but we will see. Yeah. A little bit surprised by that first of the 2 Ghost Riders. Okay, what do we got here? Okay, an Uncanny XMen book. This is number 160. I had 2, 4, 6, 7. I got an Uncanny collection, actually 6 of them, that had every book from 94 to 200. So I picked out, if I thought the keys in the upper ones, this is the first adult appearance of Alanya Rasputin, who becomes magic. That's issue number 160. There was a slight flaw on it. There is, and I do see it. It is almost imperceptible tick right there. Right below that little black piece of artwork, there's a small tick below that. But did not affect the grade. Still got the 9.8. Okay. So I picked out the X-Men keys that I thought had the chance at the 9.8 from, you know, like about issue 150 to 200. We'll see what other ones that... So we're at 8 now? 2, 4, 6, 8. Right, let me make a little number notation. That's number 8. Just skipped over a few books. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, these X-Men books are nice to have. What do we got next? Superman number 74 in a newsstand edition. This is an early Doomsday appearance. I put this in, and that means I don't know where I got this. There was some slight issue. What do I have as my notes? Slight spotting on the top cover. I'm not sure if I meant front or back. I don't really see anything through the case. But not a huge book in a 9.8, but it is a newsstand from 1992 and one of these early Doomsday appearances. Nice cover by Dan Jurgens, right? And Brett Breeding. Pretty cool. That is number 9. Where am I? Oh, that's Superman. Okay, that's number 9. I'm not sure where I got that book. I think that might have been a part of a collection. Okay, here we got number 10. Superman number 4. This is a favorite of mine. I got this on Whatnot for $10, including shipping. This is the first appearance of Bloodsport. This character that Idris Elba played in the Guardian, mixing up my James Gunn property, Suicide Squad film. And could they carry him over? I think so, since Gunn used it. Idris Elba's a really, unless you're going to get him to play another character. This book at its height was like, got up to, I think, $375. Like the weekend that the movie premiered, it hit high values. So I have quite a few copies. I've been picking that up all over the place. So that's number 10. Maybe a handful more? No, I have a few more. Okay. I think, yeah, I'm doing much better. Just a couple of books I'd really love to get in the 9.8 on this submission, but we're not going to get them all. And I know they're all 9.8s. It's just a matter of which book it is. So, up next, we got Strike File number 1. It's a silver metallic foil, which is hard. These metallic, parts of the cover and also his uniform can get very dulled. This is issue number 11. I picked this up at Stormville last April for $8. Okay. And it has a wraparound cover. This is the wrap-up to the Executioner Song storyline in X-Men. And when I did the series of the top 10 books from each year in the 90s for Marvel and DC, I believe this made the Marvel top 10 for 93, or at least it was an honorable mention. And it was quite a bit in jump from the raw value to the 9.8 value. I'm not sure if that's still the case. We'll check out the FMV there. So, please be the next one that I'm hoping it is. Or the next two. Those are books I'd really like to have. Up next. Yes! This was one of the ones I really wanted. This is Punisher, the ongoing series, so Volume 2, number 1. This great Klaus Janson cover. Mike Barron did the story inside. Klaus Janson did the cover and the interior artwork. So this is potentially one of the pricier books in the submission. So that's a nice book to get back. And again, all these books are 80s and 90s books. So that is number 12. If the next book is the book that I want it to be, I'd be a little surprised and really happy. Not that it's got an enormous value, but we'll see. This is, let's see what we got here. Boom. Ah, okay. Oh, this is cool too. I already have a 9.8 of this. This I'm really happy to have. There were a couple of little things on this. This is a book that takes quite a bit of a jump from 9.6 to 9.8. It was a kid's book, right? So I already have a 9.8 of this. That is really a cool book to have, especially since they're rebooting the animated series. So, yeah. I thought there were a couple of slight imperfections, but not enough to take it down from a 9.8. So, XMen Adventures 1, based on the animated series, is the first appearance of Morph. I picked this up last May at the Meadowlands Flea Market for $15. So you add on case cost of $30 of $45, nice return on investment potentially there. All right, that's 13. So we're halfway home. The majority of books have gotten a 9.8. Does the Punisher have a crack? I think that's just a seam in the case. Okay. So I don't know. Yeah, I think one of the books, the one that I threw in at the end, didn't quite make it. And up next. Ooh, Venomlethal Protector number 1. This was part of the same collection that those two Amazing Spider-Mans came from. There were two of them. They're indistinguishable to me. So that is the first Venom solo series. And it's got this. It's a tough book to press because it's a foil cover. Any imperfection, any little tick is going to stay there. There's no way of getting it out. And really, yeah, if you're going to press it, you have to be treated with kid gloves because, I mean, you don't want to introduce really much humidity to the foil. So, still, when I picked this book out, when I went through the collection, I'm like, yeah, this is, I think, a 9.8. And it had a companion that I thought was gonna. The next book is book number 15 in the pre-screen, and it's the same. It's the Venomlethal Protector, 9.8 white pages. Very nice. So those two books, yep, they were in that collection, and they both got the 9.8. So that is good to have. And we have a few left. I'm not sure how many. I'm just going to take them one by one. We're at 15 so far. Up next is XMen number 168. And I just put down the remarks of this as clean. I thought this was really clean. It's the first adult appearance of Madeline Pryor. The cover there is by Paul Smith. Pretty cool Kitty Pryde cover. So that is issue 168. That is 16 books. Very nice. Get those X-Men keys. Those I might keep. I was gonna kind of depart with my X-Men run, but I start getting these high grades, these 9/8 of keys. I'm like, maybe I'll just collect the X-Men run. And then, I don't know, this might be the last book. I have to take a closer look. This is book number 17, and it is X-Men number 164. This is the first appearance of Binary. Carol Danvers becomes Binary. Really a pretty cool, I think that's a Cockrum cover. Yes, and Cockrum also did the interiors. So that is nice, 9.8 white pages. I did have a note on this that there was a small crease somewhere on the top. Top left back cover. And I think I was able to work that out, I guess with a roller ball. So, yeah, I can't even, right? Yeah, it would be up there, and I don't see anything. Okay, looks clean. So that's 17 books. Okay, I think that is it. Yep, 17 books, and that is kind of the passing grade for me for a pre-screen. That's 68%. A lot of good books back, and the thing is, the other books that didn't get it, that were rejected, you know, I'm not. Some of these books aren't really worth having in a 9.4, 9.6, or you know, just I really want them in a 9.8, and you know, so there should be 8 books here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. This one's a little bit disappointing. I thought this was really sharp. SpiderMan 360 cameo appearance of Carnage. And then this was the one that was kind of the Hail Mary, and I did want, but again, I thought it was a push. It's Micronauts number 1. That was the only 70s book that was in the submission. And then some other X-Men keys, 150. Classic Magneto cover. 171, Rogue joins. And I don't have any notes on that. This I had, this I can't get this in a 9.8. There were 2 tiny ticks on this. I understand that. This I'm a little bit surprised by. This came from a different. This didn't come from the collection. This I might look to submit. This I'm also. I got to take a closer look at this. Wolverine 17. This John Byrne cover. It does have a little bit of a blunted. Yeah, that's probably what cost us. And then X-Men 5, first cover appearance, second appearance of Omega Red. So all in all, I can't complain. I always, like, with a pre-screen, I say I'm satisfied with 15 out of 20. Really want at least, you want 20 or more, but 17 out of 20 isn't bad. A couple of the books that I really wanted were The Punisher and the XMen Adventures number 1. Not a lot that I need to keep in the PC for now. Probably, maybe the Infinity Gauntlet, the Legends, probably not even the Superman book, the X-Men books, and that might be it. So let's take a look at fair market value, and then go over what books I'm going to put up right now. Okay, so when I add up the fair market value of the 17 books that got graded, it comes to a total of $2,210 for the FMV. No enormous books in here. but a lot of good books, a lot of books that are great to have in a 9.8. And I've kind of gotten to the point in my collection, I've always been a little bit, not a huge, but a little bit of a condition snob. And when I'm looking at more modern books, I kind of want them long-term in my collection in a 9.8. So let's go through the books, and I talk about when I buy books or go through collections, 4 stages: slab, sell, save, spec. Well, now I've slabbed it, so it's down to 3. It's either sell, save, or spec. Now, the books that I'm going to put in the sell pile, I'm going to do like I do on these unboxing videos. I'm going to do a claim sale where you can reach out to me. The books are available. Shipped is an extra $15, up to 3 books. Up to 3 slabs is $15 for shipping. More if it's international. Reach out to me and we'll have to discuss like the exact price. PayPal friends and family. If you don't feel comfortable using friends and family, you want to use goods and services, it's going to be an extra 3%, maybe round it up a little bit just to, to take care of the business end of it. And send me an email. My email is in the description of this video, BronzevilleComics, all one word, @gmail.com. As books are sold, I'll put that description in the comments of the video. And I'll say, whatever, Amazing Fantasy 15 sold. So let's go through, and we're going to start with, I got to go in the other direction, the Miguel O'Hara, the 365. It's going to be available for sale for $150. Again, if you're interested in that, just send me an email, and we'll figure it out. This foil 375 is going to be $90. Again, $15 shipping for up to 3 slabs. The Ghost Rider 15 is going to be $70. That first glow-in-the-dark cover. The Ghost Rider 31s, the 2 of them, I'm going to keep these in the spec. The price have gone down a little bit. I'm going to wait to see if we get Ghost Rider, get Midnight Suns in the MCU. I think that there's value to holding on to those books. This I'm going to keep in the PC for now. Big George Perez fan. Maybe I'll go crazy and try to get the entire miniseries of Infinity Gauntlet in a 9.8. That would be kind of fun. But right now this is staying in the PC because of George Perez. I'm a DC guy, so Legends, I need at least one 9.8 copy of that. Punisher, come get it. Punisher number 1 of the ongoing series is $190. Strife's Strike File is going to be, this doesn't sell often, but it's, if you want it, 9.8, $90. This, I'm going to kind of, I think I already have a 9.8, but I'm going to kind of spec on this, see if Idris Elba comes back as Bloodsport, and the value of that book goes back, not where it was, but goes up. I'm going to hold on to this. This doesn't have an immense amount of value. I don't know. It's hard to judge in the newsstand. I'm going to save this, put that in the PC, at least for now. I mean, I have the whole Superman run. The X-Men books, I got to hold on to these. These are all going to stay in the PC. So I'm going to take the, what do we have, 3 of those? Yeah, three X-Men's. Those are all going to stay in the PC. Trying to build my X-Men run and trying to get 9.8s. Definitely 9.8s in those books after 150 that are keys that are worth getting 9.8s in. The Venomlethal Protectors, both of them, each one is $100. So if you're interested in those, let me know. $100 for a Venomlethal Protector. I think that's a pretty fair price for a desired book. And then the final book, XMen Adventures 1, I'm going to spec on this. I'm going to hold on to it until we see more from the animated series. So, yep, that is a good book. So most of the higher priced books I'm actually holding on to, which I don't know if that makes great business sense for me. But, again, I'm a collector at heart. And, I kind of went backwards on my X-Men. It's like, I'm going to, let's collect the run now. Why not? Okay, so that's it for this video. Not a bad unboxing. I would have liked to get a few more books back in the 9.8, but this I think is fair. I I thought the 9.6 pre-screens that I did, I thought the results were a little harsh. So I think this is fair. Did I expect to get 25 out of 25? No. Were there a couple of books I would have liked to get back? Yeah, and I knew the Micronauts was a little bit of a push, but I really wanted the XMen Adventures and the Punisher. I thought those were both really good books in a 9.8. The ASM 365. Would have liked to get a couple more of the X-Men books back, but, I am satisfied, not disappointed. So we did a little bit better. Hey, maybe one day we'll get 25 out of 25. That would be awesome. So anyway, let me know what you think about the video. And again, if you're interested in these books, PayPal friends and family, reach out to me via email. Or if you're in the local area, going to be at a show soon, maybe we can meet up and save on the shipping, $15 shipping for up to 3 slabs. Priority mail, USPS. You can take a look at a couple of my other videos here. And this is Jim saying, thanks for stopping by and enjoy your comics.